And let's rock and roll. Hey, what's up, guys? Let's trailer reaction. I'm still not sure if I'm going to call it this. I don't know how silly that is. But apparently a brand new Suicide Squad trailer dropped today. So I'm wearing this atrocious shirt. I don't know why I own it, but I do. So let's go with that. So Suicide Squad just dropped a brand new Red Band trailer today. So we're going to do a reaction to that. So let's talk a little bit about this movie first of all. So Rob, you were saying that this is not a direct sequel to the original Suicide Squad that came out.
Yeah, a few years ago, directed by David Ayer. This is it's not a direct sequel. James Gunn, the director of this one, has said you don't need to know or have watched the previous Suicide Squad to be able to get into this one. There are about 4 characters in this movie that are carried over from the last. Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. Viola Davis is Amanda Waller. You have Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag, and Jai Courtney returns as Captain Boomerang. So those were in the David Ayer Suicide Squad from 2017, I want to say. But yeah, this is not a direct sequel. It's a whole new story, a whole new adventure, and really no ties to the previous one aside from, I said, those characters.
Yeah. So if you never watched the original one, you can definitely jump into this.
So they don't even know each other.
Yeah, it was mixed.
Well, I don't know, Pat. I didn't write the movie. I haven't seen it yet.
I'm just curious.
So Rob is stating what they have stated online. This is what the statements that are coming out from James Gunn himself. So the first movie met with mixed reviews. Pat, I think you said you don't mind the first movie.
I don't mind it. It was fun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know, I think it had.
I didn't think it was a great movie, but it was definitely entertaining.
It was almost unwatchable, man. I don't know. It was pretty bad.
But I have a really high tolerance for bad movies, though, Chris. Like my tolerance is really high. For bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched it. I thought it was okay. I own it. No surprise. My son quite enjoys it. So I'm okay with watching it. It's not my favorite of the DC movies, but yeah, I'm more in line with what Pat said than what Chris said.
I found it has a lot of fun moments, but yeah, it wasn't quite there. So before releasing this trailer, James Gunn did drop 2 posters. So we're going to take a look at those posters and talk a little bit about that, and then we'll go and watch the trailer with everybody. So these are the 2 posters they dropped, kind of old school looking posters. We've got one over here that looks all folded and vintage, and then we've got another one with your traditional actors. So this is like an art drawn poster. I'm really sad. I was hoping to see like John Cena on there, but like it's
he's there.
It's a mystery.
He's an idiot because John's doing this stupid thing again. Every time John does every time he does a John Cena thing, he's always like, I can't see him. Where is he?
Like that joke is over.
Got you.
Like
He got you though. He got you.
I do that.
The Attitude Era is over.
Everybody gets me with that joke every time. So I know why they do it now, because it fucking feels good. And I can swear because this is a Red Band trailer, so we're gonna get
that's right, kids.
It's kind of like when we talk about the Fantastic Four, and John's like, "Where's the Invisible Woman? She's everywhere, or nowhere at all."
So
this
Rob,
poster,
what do you
this
think about
one,
these posters?
Yeah, well, first of all, I really like the one on that we're looking on the left. It's very Grindhouse. Reminds me of an old 60s, 70s, like Our Man Flint. So even Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez did a Grindhouse dual movie back in the early 2000s, and they used this kind of similar style. So sometimes Tarantino has released alternate posters for his stuff. So that I mean, look at the creases. You can see the creases in the paper in between, like the words of the and world and dying to save. So I'm all for that poster. The one on the right is very poppy and comic booky, and just it's just pure ruckus. So
do you know who this is? The dot or something like that. Is this Pete
that's
Davidson?
Polka Dot Man?
Yeah, Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, David Dust Mulchin. And I believe that's Ratcatcher too.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And we have King Shark at the bottom.
Yeah.
King
Do
Shark,
we know who's doing the King Shark voice yet?
Well, we do, but I think you should watch the trailer to see if you can figure it out.
All right.
Okay. So I guess we'll let's talk
James
a little
L.
bit about what do you that would be friggin' awesome. So Rob, are you expecting anything from this trailer coming up? Like, this is our first time really seeing the movie. They did kind of like a behind the scenes during DC Fandom.
God, yeah, it feels like so long, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, based on what we're looking at the posters, I think it's going to be pure explosions. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I expect it to be a bit of humor. Listen, James Gunn, look what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm really kind of anticipating it to be a bit more Earthbound Guardians vibe.
Yeah. Chris Ho, I know you weren't super fine with the first movie, but are any of these actors you looking forward to seeing in action for this?
Yeah, of course. Everyone loves Idris Elba. Yeah, Harley Quinn has a pretty good following, or Margot Robbie. Yeah. So yeah, this looks good. I think it'll be really silly. I think there'll be no stakes whatsoever. So every character is, I guess, except for Harley Quinn, will be up for being killed off.
They've stated that everyone is on the table in the interview. But, we know how things really go. Pat, you're a big wrestling fan. So John Cena looks like he's going to get his due. James Gunn seemed to have this magical effect working with like Batista and things like that.
I'll watch anything with John Cena or The Rock in it. So,
and then you had Margot Robbie, and now it's a must watch.
Yeah, you add a strong female lead.
Well, it's interesting because this will be our first look at John Cena in the trailer. Now they're currently filming the Peacemaker series in BC right now. So which will come out after this movie. So this will be our first real look and taste of how Cena is as Peacemaker. So that's a lot. Knowing that you're, yeah.
So I'm actually a fan of Joel Kinnaman. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing him kind of get a little bit more of a juicy role. So let's rock and roll. So let me get this off the screen.
But in all fairness, though, you're only a fan of his because you loved his RoboCop reboot, and that's just I don't know why you.
RoboCop, it was like one or two scenes away from something semi decent. But anyway,
you lost all credibility with that.
You're showing your age. All you do is watch RoboCop reboots and Terminator reboots.
And Total Recall reboots. He's like, I'm all down for
no. We don't.
And different versions of what is basically Lethal Weapon.
Right. Anyway, shut up for a second. We're gonna watch this trailer. Thanks for joining us, folks. So we do the Heroes of One podcast. Every new episodes every week, and then Rob and I do the Sidekick Show live every Mondays. And these guys join me on various projects and things like that. So if you dig it, please subscribe, like, and hopefully give us comments, give us feedback. We're definitely interested in things like that.
Let's trailer reaction.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it talking
trailer reaction.
Yeah, some people are like, I actually want to watch the trailer. So I guess if we laugh, we laugh, but whatever. Feel free to do whatever you want. So let's add it and let's go.
Red band. Actually red.
You gotta be kidding me. You're gonna risk the entire mission for a mental defective dressed as a court jester.
This coming from a guy that wears a toilet seat on his head.
We don't leave one of our own behind.
Hopefully Harley's still alive.
No funny business, Colonel. These are dangerous people.
Team 2 is clear to go.
Fire. 3, 2.
What are you guys doing?
What? We're here to save you.
You were gonna save me?
It was a really good plan, too.
Well, I can go back inside and you can still do it.
That's patronizing.
I'm so sorry. Harley Quinn.
Blood sport.
You know the deal. Successfully complete the mission, you get 10 years off your sentence. You fail to follow my orders in any way, and I detonate the explosive device in the base of your skull.
So this is the famous Suicide Squad. Nom nom.
Any questions?
And?
Yes, that is your hand. Very good.
We're all gonna die.
I hope so.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Here's the deal. We fail the mission, you die.
If we find out any information you give us is false, you die.
If we find out you have personalized license plates, you die.
What? No.
If you cough without covering your mouth.
Harley, although that isn't an open invitation for you to cough without covering your mouth.
What's the plan?
How the hell am I supposed to know?
You're the leader. You're supposed to be decisive.
And I've decided that you should eat a big bag of dicks.
If this whole beach was completely covered in dicks, and somebody said I'd eat every dick until the beach was clean for liberty, I would say no problemo.
Why would someone put penises all over the beach?
Who knows why madmen do what they do?
This is suicide.
Well, that's kind of our thing.
Don't you worry, eh? I'm gonna get you out of here alive.
I'm going to get you out of here alive.
Oh my god, we've got a freaking kaiju up in this shit!
We love the rain. It's like angels are splooching all over us.
That's funny. That's funny. How do you not like that? That was good. I'm down to watch that.
Amazing.
That looked good. That looked really fun.
That's the trailer. That was a hell of fun. So I'll give everyone a couple seconds to gather their
It feels
thoughts.
like a James Gunn movie.
This is very definitive James Gunn. So if you,
Yeah.
for some reason you don't know what James Gunn did, he did the two Guardians. Movies,
Yeah.
Most recently, and what was that vampire movie? They find us, or whatever. He
did the one with the guy from The Office. They did Super. He did Super. He's been involved with a lot of things. First of all, I'm just really like that's Starro. There was a lot of question during that behind the scenes clip they released during Fandom that you mentioned previously, John, that there might have been Starro in the background. Well, this confirms it. That's Starro at the very end. Think about it, man. Like, if Starro is in a movie, like that's not a cartoon movie. Like that's just crazy to me.
Yeah, Starro lives. He's that thing that sticks to your face and takes over your brain in the cartoon. So yeah, the first time we've seen him. Was anyone able to figure out who the King Shark voice was? That was very limited information.
Hand.
Yeah, I know who it is. I know. Because I saw they released some other. It's Sylvester Stallone. He's the voice of.
Oh my
King
gosh!
Oh, I
That's
saw
really
his name in
funny.
the cast. I was like, who is he playing?
How would you have known that just by hearing Hand?
No, they released. James Gunn did release some character posters right before we jumped on here, and it was Stallone. So now, when I'm sure if you were to go back and watch the trailer, then knowing that, it's still like, oh, it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. King Shark looks dope.
Yes.
Yeah. What do we think of John Cena getting some comedy in there?
He's okay with it. He I think he can do it. Him and The Rock are cut out of the very same cloth. I think very, very similar.
Whoa! Watch him out! Watch him out! You can't be like, yo, John Cena's the same.
I think because he's getting
cut
his
out
own.
of the same cloth. I didn't say they're the same.
Okay. Sorry, Chris, you were gonna say.
I think because he's getting his own spin-off, you can probably expect him to be like the breakout star of the movie. I think, and I think
More
that
so than
character.
Idris Elba?
Yeah, I would think so.
Well, I will say that John Cena was in Blockers, right? He was in Cock Blockers, and he was quite funny in that movie. So he's different than what The Rock has portrayed, but he's got some. He was huge in Saturday Night Live as well. Like when John Cena hosts SNL, people love it. So I think he's got the comedic chops. His delivery of that line about eating the bag of dicks is like just hilarious, right? I mean, this trailer is funny. Like
men do.
Right. I would just do it for liberty. Like that. I mean, it's to me, it's so funny.
He was in the Bumblebee movie as well, and I think he appeared in a bunch of rom-coms playing a comedic character. So I think it's definitely right up his alley, and he seems like a genuinely good dude. We're all looking forward to seeing him in Fast and Furious, I think.
Okay.
I should have worn my John Cena shirt. I completely forgot he was in the movie.
Because you couldn't.
Well, even if you were wearing your John Cena shirt, we might not be able to see
it. Yeah.
That's too many times. You get one, John, and that's it.
Hey, I've been tricked by it so many times.
He's 10 years late. He's 10 years late.
I missed it. Yeah, I didn't follow wrestling at the time, but anyway.
10 years.
John is actually going to purchase one of the replica belts of the spinners because he thinks it's just brand new.
He's 15 years late.
Yeah, if I was following wrestling at the time, I think he would have been my guy. My brother knows me, and I think the personality he portrayed in wrestling, I think he would have been one of my guys. But enough John Cena love.
Doctor of Thugonomics?
Yeah, if you want to get at us with John Cena comments.
But instead, John chose Leaping Lanny Poffo.
Can't see you. Definitely get in there as well. But I think it's pretty simple question. All of us look pretty excited for that trailer. First taste of that. Is this DC's answer? Is this DC's lane, or do you think it's just a single movie that they're gonna they're going to throw down this alley, Rob? I know you're the movie guy, so let me throw that question at you.
Are you asking me if they would make a sequel? Is this kind of what you're saying?
Yeah,
Is this going to be?
What if they start to make a whole bunch of movies along this line?
No, I don't think they would do that. I think DC would be. I don't think that they're going to follow the Marvel route of having a kind of a connective thread throughout their movies, having kind of the same tone and feel. So I think that, this is Gunn's movie. We know he's working on Peacemaker. Do I think that we'll see the Suicide Squad Part 2? The chances are probably going to be pretty high. I think for this movie, I was actually having a discussion with my buddy Sammy online. I think that this movie will somewhat hinder. It's very weird looking, I think, for the average person. Like my wife would be like, what the hell is this? I think this will be like Guardians, where it'll do decent on its first weekend, but then word of mouth will make it skyrocket those second, third, and fourth weekends. So that's that's what I'm putting on the table. Is I think that's what's going to happen for this movie.
Is this a theater play or is it streaming?
So it is in theaters on August 21st. In the US, it will also be on HBO Max. What does that mean for Canada? We don't know. Maybe we get it as a rental on iTunes, or maybe they don't. It's strictly in theaters if everything's back opening, if theaters are open and playing by then. So we just don't know.
Yeah. All right. And then quickly before we go, Chris O and Pat, do you guys have a favorite character from that trailer? Anyone you really want to see?
Can I say King Shark? I think he looks dope.
Yeah, 100%.
Isn't it insane that in the past 3 years we saw 3 different variations of King Shark? We have this one, the video game one, and the amazing cartoon one.
4 Flash. He was in
Flash, yeah.
Oh, and the Flash TV series. He was actually quite well done, I will say.
Yeah.
So
in the past 3 years, he went from a nobody to having 3 appearances in 3 pretty significant things: the movie, the game, and the amazing Harley Quinn TV show.
Yeah. Big fan of Harley Quinn TV show, as you can tell, Pat. Chris,
you're welcome, John.
Are you on board with King Shark, or did you see anyone else?
I think to talk more about John Cena, but I think he stole the trailer. He kind of stole it with that line about the island of dicks, and that helmet. I didn't expect it to be that shiny. It's really shiny.
It's so funny when he's just wearing it in the bus. It just looks.
I was like, whoa! It's like Silver Surfer's in this movie, and it was that shiny. But
that style of helmet looks really ridiculous on Orion, but it's like he's legitimately being serious with it.
Yeah,
he's not being campy with it.
I was surprised at Polka Dot Man.
Yeah,
I know it sounds stupid, but there's that shot of him in the end of the trailer where he's flying through the air with Harley Quinn and somebody else. We all know. I think Chris said at the beginning of this, people are going to be killed off in this movie. We don't know where the significance is of these characters within this trailer.
Who's playing Polka Dot Man again? Did you have that?
David Delsmalchian. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was a Pete Davidson. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what Pete Davidson does, because he's a pretty interesting dude. So I suspect that maybe he's one of the characters that's going to be off pretty quickly, but I like watching his work, King of Staten Island and stuff like that. And I did like seeing Joel Kinnaman get a whole bunch more lines, but I am concerned that he might die.
I think he might be gone early, because you don't see him in those. I think the idea is for Idris Elba to replace him in a way, and I think he might be gone after that first sequence.
Yeah. So I'm a little worried.
Don't be surprised.
The fact that he's not on the posters.
Yeah, that's a classic misdirect, though. They do those types of things.
Yeah. Well, there's so Pete Davidson wasn't named. He doesn't have his own character poster. And same with Nathan Fillion. He's in the movie as well, but you don't see him. Mm-hmm. And Peter Capaldi is the thinker. He's the guy with all those plugs in his head, right?
Yeah.
Listen, who knows? This movie, I don't think this is something that we can actually speculate to see what's going to happen. I think there's going to be so much ruckus.
No, I think literally this is going to be what actually Suicide Squad should always be, which is any character is kind of on the table to disappear very soon. So I think it'll be very interesting. But thanks a lot, guys, for assembling so quickly for this trailer reaction. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Definitely get at us in the comments. So the Heroes Will podcast, new episodes every week. And the Sidekick Show, we're live every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you'll find all these guys on there and appearing here and there. So definitely give us a subscribe and turn on your notifications. Thank you very much, folks.
Let's go watch it again.
See you, everybody. Yeah.
I'm going to go watch it again.